Hey, son, what time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready. Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
No, this game is not over. In fact, it is just getting started. It's Media Monday right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. And what a weekend. What a weekend. I know a lot of folks were busy doing their own thing this weekend, but I also know that there were a number of homegoing celebrations, two of that I was aware of, two pastors, two lady pastors, both of them left behind sons, and both of them left behind congregations and family and friends. So, my sincere thoughts are out there for them. Also, I know people celebrated birthdays. Today is the birthday of my self-proclaimed adopted niece. Listen, this is my family. Valencia King. I am Valencia King. Her mother, Shirley Walker King. Dad, Vincent King. That's my family. It's Valencia's birthday today, so you already know we celebrate. You already know we're celebrating big time right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. So, I got to get my home slice usher in here to do his thing. He will. Give him a minute. So I can get him set up for Valencia to celebrate her birthday and anybody else celebrating a birthday today or one that had one this weekend. And then, of course, there was a lot of sports going on this weekend as well. A lot of sports going on this weekend as well. Astros ended their losing streak and then started another one. Rockets ended a losing streak. Spurs lost. Spurs ended up losing. Or did they? Hang on. No, they didn't lose. They beat up on Phoenix. Almost beat them by 30. My bad, Spurs. I ain't mean to cut y'all like that. My bad. Forgive a brother. Dallas was the one that lost. They lost pretty bad to Sacramento, 121-107. And then the New York Knicks got the New Orleans Pelicans again. I don't know what it is about the Knicks and the Pelicans, but that's becoming a little cross-conference rivalry right there. Both teams have young stars. Both teams have stars that are trying to rebuild their image, what have you. And the Knicks, say what you want to say about them, they're getting it done. They're more than likely going to make the playoffs. First time in God knows when. And then, of course, we had baseball, and the NFL draft is coming up. So that's it in a nutshell. But look, let me get this on right now for Valencia King and everybody else that celebrated a birthday this weekend or today.
Oh, go shorty, it's your birthday. Ooh, it's your birthday. Go shorty, it's your birthday. Today's your day. Happy birthday to you.
I had to do that for Valencia. I don't even know if she's listening yet, but I had to get it capsulized. I had to get it memorialized. I had to get it recorded. So there that is right there. Happy birthday, Valencia King. I am Valencia King. So it's Media Monday. What do you want to talk about? What did you see in the media, in the news this weekend that you wanted to get at? I know Todd is out there with some stuff he wants to talk about. I know there are other folks. Keith Hennick, I know you got some stuff you want to talk about. Let's see. Thank you. I love when people cash at me. I just love when people cash at me. That's like just a good thing. That's like a good thing. I like cash apping people, but I love when they cash at me back. All right, Cheryl Lowry, what's going on? I will tell Valencia you said happy birthday. She will see that there. Melvia, how you doing, my sister, my friend? Man, we go so far back. Melvia, we go back to the 90s? Over at Southwest Community Church, The Bridge. Started a Little League football team over there. Oh, no, we didn't even go back before that because the A-Leaf Steelers, A-L-I-E-F, her son is literally a Hall of Fame coach over there in Little League football. And before Little League football, you had guys go through there like Thurman Thomas. You had guys go through there like Vincent Young. You had some players go through there. So before you throw your nose up at it and all that kind of stuff, just check that out. You got some players that went through there. But so glad she took the time to drop by the show. Please shout out to the family for me. And then Keith Hennick, Call of the Year 2020. What up, my brother? All right, so again, a lot going on. I got to give some love to Longhorn Keith. He made his debut in radio. Coffee Talk with Keith aired this past Saturday from 12 to 1. It was his first episode. And while I was dealing with homegoing services, I heard it was fire. I heard it was great. It's different. It's fresh. It's new. It's innovative. And you got to check it out. Coffee Talk with Keith, right here on the legendary KYOK AM 1140, 92.3 FM, and streaming live on KYOKradio.org. So there's that. All right, let me get out of this first intro. I got all my greetings and salutations in. Appreciate everybody listening on AM 1140, 92.3, and KYOKradio.org. Appreciate all the Facebookers and those checking us out on YouTube. Appreciate y'all. All right, I'll be right back right after this on the lunch break.
Hello, this is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of the Communication Workers of America District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour.
Hello, this is Trey Daniels from the Daniels Group. Yes, Claude, the show will be hard-hitting and informative, talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. You know, Claude, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people.
That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 AM, 92.3, or streaming on KYOKradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
You're having your lunch on the lunch break with KYOK.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, all new, 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org. Big shout out to Al High. Brother has a great podcast. Brother does a great job. I've tuned into him a couple times. You don't think I have, but I have. Good dude, man. Glad to know him through David Grubb. Good dude. Thanks, Al. Stopping by. Got to get you back on the show. We're gonna have Garrick Jones join us tomorrow. Y'all remember Garrick Jones? Hashtag GJ4GM. Man, brother has been busy since the Texans pulled some foolishness and some shenanigans and basically just hired who they wanted to hire without going through the process of their what their search firm even told them to do. Yeah, it's just absolutely ridiculous the way the Texans went about their business. But hey, you get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. Decisions have consequences. And I know everybody's like, trying to keep an eye on what's going on with with Deshaun Watson and all that. This really isn't about Deshaun. If you take the Deshaun situation out of the equation, and there's some new news on that, I'll bring it up. But if you take the Deshaun Watson situation out of the equation, the Texans are still a mess. The Texans are still a mess. The Texans are still coming off of a 4-win season. The Texans still jettisoned their head coach and general manager in the early part of the season. The Texans still had statistically one of the worst defenses. And, their offense was, Deshaun Watson made it look good, but it was trash. The whole let's trade one of the top 3 wide receivers in the whole NFL and get back, Larry, Curly, and Mo. No disrespect to Randall Cobb and Brandon Cooks and whoever the other dude was that they got. But let's just say that didn't work out the way everybody thought it would. At the end of the year, who was left standing? Oh, yeah, and the David Johnson experiment, please. That, too, was trash. David Johnson, good dude, doing stuff in the community already. No disrespect to David Johnson, but I'm talking about as far as football productivity goes, it was a failed experiment. So you bring in Nick Caserio, you bring in David Culley, you bring in Lovie Smith, you keep Tim Kelly, the offensive coordinator, and you still have, the Pope of the Texans. I'm talking about the Pope of the Catholic Church. I'm talking about the Pope of the Texans. Apostle Jack Easterby, the one that you got to kiss his ring whenever you go anywhere near the upper floors on the executive level. I'm surprised there's not a golden image of him right there in the lobby, and every time they break out with some music, everybody got to kneel down. Again, the Texans organization is a hot mess, and we don't know if it got fixed in the offseason. So, let's not get it twisted. They made a bunch of moves this offseason. Not a single one of them was like, oh, okay, now that's a little move. AJ, what about Tyrod Taylor? Good dude. Deshaun Watson. What about Mark Ingram? Good dude. I know they don't play the same position, but he's definitely not a DeAndre Hopkins. Well, why would you say that? Because they traded away DeAndre Hopkins for a running back. So they're still looking for a top flight wide receiver. And oh yeah, by the way, it's still questionable on their running game. And I know they brought the guy in from Denver. I can't remember his name. But, all right. They made a move the other day, and it was just like, I'm not even reporting this. It's not even report worthy. Let's see if I can find this move they made the other day. It's like, I got 58 other things that I can report. Okay, here it is. Check this story out by Sports Illustrated. The Texans are signing living legend pass rusher in NFL free agency. Living legend pass rusher. So Reggie White is back. May rest in power. They signed Lawrence Taylor, Michael Strahan, Deacon Jones. Who'd they get? Legendary, living legend pass rusher in NFL. Mean Joe Green, Hollywood Henderson, Ed Too Tall Jones. Who in the world? Living legend pass rusher. You know who it is? Defensive end DeMarcus Walker. Who? What? In the words of the young lady in the movie, Harpo, who this? Who this man, Harpo? DeMarcus Lawrence? DeMarcus where? Nah. DeMarcus Walker, who bills himself as a living legend with T-shirts and the hype videos to prove it. Walker is a former second-round draft pick in 2017 from Florida State, who in his NFL career has, wait for it, check notes, 10 and a half career sacks, 51 tackles, and 17 quarterback hits. That's what the Texans want you to get excited about. And before I take a break, I will repeat myself. The Texans organization, even if you take the Deshaun Watson situation out, is a complete mess. All right, I'll take a break. Media Monday on the lunch break.
With your boy TD Blackshear every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
In need of tires? Check out OMG Tire Services and more. New and used tires, all the name brands you desire. Located at 3126 Tidwell between 59 North and Jensen. Give them a call at 832-767-3211. Top-notch service from beginning to end. When you're done, get your car hand washed inside and out at OMG Tire Services and more. Located at 3126 Tidwell between 59 North and Jensen. Call 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211, conveniently located on the north side.
The legendary KYOK
I'm not doing the right thing
1140 AM. The legendary KYOK
I don't want y'all to see my
92.3 FM.
non-sponsored break.
Radio stations in one.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. That's 800-633-1378. Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM at KYOKradio.org.
Hey, you want some sports with your lunch? Well, tune in to the legendary KYOK at the lunch break. And I'm Raven Rogers.
All right, Raven Rogers getting ready for the 2021 Sochi Olympics. If they play the games, I'm hearing rumors that Japan might cancel the games or postpone them, whatever the case may be. We'll keep you posted on that. Al High just asked the question, did Pep Hamilton get hired to be the quarterback coach for the Texans? Yeah, he did. But who's he quarterbacking coaching? I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Tyrod Taylor. I just didn't want him in this mess. I just didn't want him to join this cult. I mean, organization. I'm sorry. So, yeah, he is. Y'all pray for Pep, all right? Hello, you're live on a lunch break. Who this?
Hey, how you feel, man?
And then with my hands, I sure do. Yeah. How you doing, greatest?
Oh, man, everything is beautiful in spite of, but you know, God is still on the throne.
Look,
So
I know he's all right.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, if I'm not off base or nothing, okay, Kevin Durant. Hey, man, when Kevin Durant, you remember when he was at University of Texas?
Yes, sir.
Dominating and stuff?
Yes, sir.
Just as humble, just as nice, just as meek as a guy you ever wanted to know, man. What what done happened to Kevin Durant? Has money changed him, or I mean, why he always got attitude? How come he'll play today and he won't play tomorrow? And people pay their hard-earned money. I know the pandemic is out now, but when people pay their hard-earned money to come see, special guys like him playing, then, well, my leg hurt, I don't want to play. And it's like he don't care.
I will say this. I don't know what happened to Kevin Durant from the time he left UT to somewhere around the middle of near the end of his career at Oklahoma City. Something happened to Kevin. I don't know if somebody broke up with him and broke his heart. I don't know if his dog ran away. I don't know if his rabbit ate some bad lettuce, but Kevin changed. Remember when he used to do the interviews with the backpack on? He loved the Lord. God was so good.
Wow.
All I know is somebody took something out of his backpack because Kevin Durant changed. And I ain't talking about the man, but I just don't know if it was for the better. I don't know if the media got to Kevin over there. I don't know if him and Russ fell out. Something happened because Kevin has not been the same since.
But even when he, it's like the change came right after he made that great speech about his mom. She the real MVP. Man, I said, man, that was the greatest acceptance speech. And I was really a big time Durant. I mean, LeBron always been my guy, but Durant, when he made that speech about his moms, man, who could not love this brother? But it's like right after that, this cat just started changing, man. I mean, do you really think he's jealous of LeBron James because LeBron get all the love?
Yeah, I don't think that that's the case because Kevin had actually started changing a little bit before that. And like I said, there was something going on with the media in Oklahoma City. It's almost like they changed on Kevin. And Kevin was like, well, if y'all gonna change on me after everything that I've done for this organization, then I'm gonna change who I am with you. And unfortunately, once that faucet was on, there was no turning it off because he became that way with a lot of people. And while the situation went well in Oakland, there were moments. I mean, the last year of them together, the players were even talking about how, behind the scenes that there was battles with Kevin and this person and Kevin and that person and Kevin and the coach and Kevin. And so the Kevin Durant that we're seeing now, man, I really feel like, and I'm not trying to judge him because he's a black man. I will never tear him down. I feel like he has been tainted, jaded, Barry bonded by the media in a bad way.
But Dre, I ain't gonna hold you long because I know you come on the break.
No, you got time, Greatest. It's Media Monday. You got time.
Me and you from that old school, man. And I know I ain't gonna just let nobody just do me any kind of way, man. But when I'm making $44,000 per game, don't you think I ought to be able to take a little criticism, whether it be negative or positive? Can't I take something?
Greatest, you and me are real with each other. Money doesn't change us in the ways that we think. Fans think that money would change you. If Kevin was sensitive before he got the money, I really think the money amplifies that sensitivity because for all I do for y'all, I can't get no better respect than this. I come out, I'm thanking God, I'm grateful, I'm a nice guy, ain't in no trouble, no off-court incidents, what have you. And, again, man, I don't know them, but I've seen people in the media just be flat out just wrong. I'm surprised that Boogie Cousins didn't punch the guy in Sacramento in the face. The guy who literally said in 5 years, Boogie Cousins will be in jail and out of the league. And if not, I will quit my job. And Boogie waited for 5 years to remind that guy of what he said, and the guy is still working. And that's how some people in the media are. They go well beyond their job as media official. You don't talk about a guy's character like that. You don't know him.
I definitely agree, but Boogie was using wisdom. Like the scripture say, be quick to hear, slow to respond. So Boogie, smart brother, man. He know, man, I'm not giving these folks my money. You can call me anything you want to call me. Just don't call me late for supper. But let me move on real brief. We old school again, Dre. And I remember the days of the late Don Wilson, Bob Gibson, Jim Catfish Hunter, Jim Palmer. All of them great pitchers from back in the day, man. And they used to pitch 9 innings, man. I mean, 9 innings. But like now, you can pitch. You can have a 2-hitter going, and you going strong in the 7th inning, and then they want to take you out there. Well, whatever happened to the days of pitching 9 innings, man?
All right, so let me just say this, greatest, and again, we are old school and real. There are very few pitchers that want to be pulled out of the game when they rolling. They don't care nothing about pitch count. They don't care nothing about who's on base. They don't care nothing about if the batter is left-handed, right-handed, switch hitter. They don't care about that. They just want to pitch. That's why you've had pitchers that have left here that have thrown shade at managers from here because now they feel like they're in a situation where their manager will listen to them and not take them out. I don't think that's a pitcher's thing. I don't think any pitcher is rolling saying, okay, take me out now. I've thrown 120 pitches. Come take me out. It's the managers, it's the analytics, it's the nature of the game today, not the pitchers.
Strategy. So in other words, back in the day, Bob Gibson wasn't hardly making no money. Satchel Paige, they pitched 13, 14 innings, and they wasn't making hardly no money. They had to get a second job during off season to make ends meet. But now a cat make $20 million, and he just pitched 5 innings. I don't understand it,
bro. I remember my dad telling me stories about Tom Seaver not wanting to come out of game. His arm is hanging off, but he got to pitch so that they don't have to go deep into that bullpen. It's different now, and it ain't the pitcher's choice. It's different now, man. You have guys like Randy Johnson who wanted to come back on a day's rest just so they can do what they got to do in the playoff. Come on, man. Roger Clemens, them cats wanted to pitch.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Dre, well, I'm going to close it out right there because I know others want to get in. But like I said before, brother, when they said 846, they was lying. It was actually 929. We want justice. Rumble, young man, rumble.
Love you, greatest. Always a good call with the greatest caller of the year 2018. Appreciate him. And since he segued it, let me bring it up. The closing arguments are happening today in the trial, the murder trial of former Minnesota police officer Derek Chauvin. And I'm just going to be safe, be careful, keep your head on a swivel, pay attention to your surroundings, no matter what the outcome is. No matter what the outcome is, be mindful of your surroundings. I'm not trying to scare anybody. Trying to keep me in mind. Y'all look out for yourselves, because if it goes down the way it should go down, you're gonna have some people upset. If it don't go down the way that it should go down, you're gonna have people upset. So please be mindful. In fact, the NBA has said that they are planning to postpone games based on whatever happens with the outcome of that murder case. I know they talk about manslaughter, but it was murder. Somebody said, "Oh, it's gonna be a long decision on the jury." It shouldn't be. Just my opinion. I see a man getting knelt on to the point where he no longer breathes and is no longer alive for 9 minutes and 29 seconds. He wasn't fighting. He wasn't resisting. Yeah, that's murder. That ain't manslaughter. That's murder. But, they do things differently up in Minnesota. Black officer accidentally shoots somebody and is afraid for his life, and he's in jail for murder. Multiple white police officers shoot people and murder them, or shoot somebody well, that's Kenosha, but still shoot somebody in the back 7 times, and they don't even get accused. Yeah. Greatest says it's open and shut. You know what happened. Now what? Be glad I ain't on that jury because I'll hold the whole thing up. I wish somebody would try and walk out of that jury room talk about not guilty. Nah, we'll stay right here. Now I got to get home to my family. Well, not yet. We have not reached a consensus. I'm going back through all of the evidence. And I'll say this again. I'll say this again. Stop trying to get out of jury duty and then complain when you don't get the results in cases that you think should be received, the justice that should be received. Do your civic duty. Serve on a jury, get in that jury room, and make the right decision, and you stand on what you know to be true. Stop trying to get out of jury duty. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Brother AJ Ferdinand.
Ferdinand, caller of the year 2017. What it do, baby?
I don't really know. I wish I could tell you, Brother AJ. My prayer is, man, I pray that whatever it takes for us as Black America to wake up and start fighting for the cause, that it happens. Whatever it takes that God has to do, man, to raise us up as a generation, man, to do better, to fight justice, equality, man. We have to do something different. What you just stated, man, is heart-wrenching. And until we as a race of people stand up for ourselves, the laws will never change. The same thing has happened after George Floyd was brutally murdered. The officers are still killing us. What do we do as a race of people? What I've learned about us, AJ, is that we talk and we ran and raved for about 2 months and we shut it down. We go back to business as usual. We have to be in these people's faces every month until these laws change in America. God is not going to come down from heaven and tell us that we have to do something to fight what is against us. We know it. But we as a race of people have somewhere, AJ, we got to come together, man. This thing ain't right, and it'll never be right. We got to be in City Hall. We need to be in Washington until the laws change. If the laws don't change, you can see it for yourself, AJ. The killing on us never stops.
Yeah, no, you're right. And that's why I say, man, we got to be in those jury rooms. We got to start getting on those benches. And look at Harris County, man. We got all those judges elected, 19 judges elected in one cycle, and they literally want to change the rules on how judges get elected. They literally want those to be appointed positions. Now, they didn't have a problem with it before when those judges look like somebody else. But you got 19 of them that look different, and now all of a sudden they want to change the whole way judges are elected and or appointed. But
they want to keep us suppressed.
Well, and that's why I say, man, we got to be in those jury rooms. We got to be on those benches. We got to be in the legislature. We got to be in the state legislature. We got to be on a national level, in Congress and on the Senate and in the House of Representatives. And listen, and let me go and say this, and on the Supreme Court bench. Everybody wants to put all these conservative judges on there. It needs to be balanced. It needs to be balanced, and there needs to be diversity on the Supreme Court. Am I saying pack the court? No. But I'm saying you make sure that you put the right people on when you get the chance to put them on. Same thing on the federal level. Those federal judges, they need to be diverse.
It's a lot of work in the vineyard, but the laborers are few. We have to work. Nothing changes unless we change it, AJ.
Yeah.
We can talk. I've been listening to you, month after month, and you study, giving information about we've been shot, we've been killed by police officers. If we as a race of people don't go and fight for what's right, it will never change. We got to do it. We got to stay. We got to vote, march until the rain comes down, until somebody hears us. God know our heart, but faith without the works is dead. I'm ready to go march. We have to fight. Martin Luther King knew he was going to die, AJ, but he kept on fighting.
Yeah.
And that's how we have to do until we leave here. Because not only are we fighting for ourselves, AJ, we're fighting for your children, my grandkids. We're fighting for everybody behind us. But if we don't get out there and fight the good fight, AJ, nothing will never happen. We pray that a verdict be guilty
when they find out the George Floyd verdict. I mean, there's no other thing to say besides guilty in due time. It shouldn't have been a trial, but thank God the trial came. We got to fight, and I'm gonna leave. We have to fight, people. If you don't hear me ever say nothing else on this radio station, AJ, we have to come together. God has to be the purpose. When God comes back, who is going to judge first, AJ? He's going to judge the church first, because the church has the power to change things. But if the church cannot come together, because for whatever reason, every church that's under God's name is not of Christ. We know that. The teachers under every building that's no, it's not being taught right. Because if you're white and you hate me, we're not serving the same God. But mighty true God, AJ, and I'm gone. He loves man, and he judges man according to his heart, not according to the color, not according to the money that you have. So we thank God for being God. We thank him for allowing Jesus to die on the cross for the remission of sin. We got to get it right, AJ.
Yeah, we do.
And talking about it, it's not going to get right. God bless you.
You too. Always a good call with Ferdinand, Caller of the Year 2017. All right, let me take a break. If you want to end Media Monday, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. It's the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
You're listening to 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
Now the war is not over. Victory isn't won.
No, the battle is not over on our right to vote. The governor and lieutenant governor of Texas are leading the charge to suppress the right to vote of African Americans and other populations in Texas. The pending legislation is nothing short of updated Jim Crow voter suppression laws. These laws will make voting in Texas harder, not safer, and are clearly intended to suppress minority voter turnout and undermine the ability of local election officials to encourage voter participation. Let's mobilize and start a movement against this racist legislation. Let's call 512-463-0733 and tell them, don't suppress my vote. Vote against House Bill 6 and Senate Bill 7.
Fight on to the finish.
Legislative advertising paid for by the Communications Workers of America Working Forces Claude Cummings Jr. agent.
Do you watch television? Of course you do. Then have you tried Dish TV from All American Dish yet? No? Well, now is a great time because we're giving everyone that calls today a 2-year locked-in price. Your rate will not change for 2 years. The clock is ticking. Call now, get Dish, and get your price locked in for 2 years and save yourself some money. Dish has your favorite TV programs, even Netflix and Amazon Prime built into the DVR. You can even watch Dish anywhere you have an internet connection. Plus, we've even got awesome discounts for the military and seniors. Oh, and one more thing. Call All American Dish now and we'll even give you a free Google TV voice remote, free installation, and free equipment. Don't wait. Call All American Dish now.
800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. That's 800-296-1302.
It's the lunch break on KYOK.
All right, y'all. Back here on the lunch break. Legendary KYOK. 92.3 FM. Streaming live on KYOKradio.org. It's Media Monday. And we've been talking about a lot of stuff so far. Let me go ahead and get to another piece of news that kind of broke right before I came in. Months after winning the NFL Comeback Player of the Year, Alex Smith has announced his retirement following a 16-year career. He was the #1 overall pick back in 2005, and he ends his career on his own terms after a devastating leg injury sustained in 2018 threatened to make that decision for him. Listen, this was written by, let me give the credit, Brian Diardo. Alex Smith almost lost his life behind that leg injury. I don't know if y'all saw his documentary on, I think it was on Netflix, but that staph infection almost took Alex Smith out of here. And for him to come back, live, and get healthy enough to play NFL level football was nothing short of a miracle. In fact, most recently, the Texans were in talks with Alex Smith about bringing him into Houston as a backup or with a chance to compete with Tyrod Taylor for the starting job. Alex Smith shutting it down after 16 seasons. He says, and I quote, 2 years ago, I was stuck in a wheelchair, staring down at my mangled leg, wondering if I'd be able to go on a walk with my wife again or play games with my children in the yard. Putting a helmet on was the furthest thing away from my mind, but then someone did something that changed my recovery completely. He put a football back in my hands. I don't know what it was, but all of a sudden I felt stronger, more driven, and what once seemed impossible began to come into focus. That young man's got a lot of personal drive, motivation. He's got, like most pro athletes, it comes from a deeper space, from a deeper level. Alex Smith, career well played. Career well played. Helped lead San Francisco to a Super Bowl. Colin Kaepernick got the start and played, but without Alex Smith in the regular season, they don't get there. Had his time in Kansas City, had his time in Washington, and now he'll have his time in somebody's newsroom more than likely, sports desk more than likely, and definitely with his family and his friends. So I, for one, wish him well. I, for one, wish him well. So yeah, that's the story there. Did y'all see the pass by the quarterback this weekend? The pass by the quarterback that was just absolutely unbelievable. Who was it? Was it Villanova? Yeah, the Villanova touchdown pass. Quarterback Villanova for Villanova, Daniel Smith, rolled to his right and appeared to be going down by a tackle of his shoelaces. And as he was going down and flipping over, he kind of threw the ball back. Ultimately, what was over his head, and a wide receiver caught it in the end zone for a touchdown. And I have seen some pretty miraculous throws in my life. I mean, Patrick Mahomes has a few of them. But that one right there was just unbelievable. In fact, it was like, where'd the ball come from? And then after slowing it down, it's like, oh, okay, there it is. I see it. Great play. Great play. For all of y'all that follow the mothership and their awards show, that one right there should definitely be on the list. That one right there should be on the list for Play of the Year. And then, of course, we got to give some love to the Southern Jags, all over Grambling in the Bayou Classic. The Southern Jags all over Grambling in the Bayou Classic. 49-7. 49-7. In fact, it was over early. It was 28-0 at the half. Southern put 14 on them in the first, 14 on them in the second, 14 on them in the third, and then they got benevolent and only scored 7 on Grambling in the fourth quarter. I was trying to tell somebody that the Bayou Classic was on this week. No, it's not. The Bayou Classic is the weekend of Thanksgiving. It's like, where you been? You do know that they canceled all fall football in the SWAC and the MEAC and the HBCUs, right? Well, now they're playing the Bayou Classic this weekend in Shreveport. And, oh man, Southern just went off. Southern just went off. Congratulations, Southern Jags, on that big win. And not only that, Southern got the win, 4-1 in their season, but Arkansas Pine Bluff won the Western Division of the SWAC. Arkansas Pine Bluff 4-0, beat Prairie View 36-31, handed Prairie View their first loss, and Arkansas Pine Bluff is the western part of the SWAC conference champ. They're going to go on to take on, of all people, Alabama A&M. Alabama A&M did it again. They remain undefeated. They beat Alabama State 38-14, and they won the eastern side of the SWAC championship. Now the two teams will meet for the SWAC championship, and that's going to be a good game. Alabama A&M, led by their should-be NFL candidate quarterback, versus Arkansas Pine Bluff, who all they do is win, 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 no matter what. Every time they walk into the building, everybody's hands go up and they stay there. Great spring football in the SWAC, in the MEAC, in the other HBCU conferences. Great football. In fact, let me run down the HBCU games from yesterday. I already told you Grambling lost to Southern 49-7. Arkansas Pine Bluff beat Prairie View 36-31. South Carolina State beat Delaware State 31-28 in overtime. Alabama A&M beat Alabama State 38-14. Yep, that's it. Great games, y'all. Great games. Just trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. No, I got them. All right. I don't know. Somebody said that the SWAC and the MEAC should keep playing in the spring. If they're going to let them play 10, 11, 12 games when that time comes, I'm for it. If they're going to just cut short their season, I'm not. Al High said, didn't see Pine Bluff coming out. Bruh, they are legit. If you haven't seen Pine Bluff play, you go back and see if you can't catch some of their previous games. I think you can still get that game from this weekend on one of the networks, the Mothership or somebody like that. They're legit. They're legit. They're the legit. I got to finish up my end of year power rankings for the HBCUs. The one I did at the beginning of the year was all wrong. Was all wrong. And I own it when I'm wrong. You got a lot of folks who, well, I wasn't really wrong. Only reason why I was wrong is because, I was wrong. I was dead wrong. It's kind of like the people on the mock drafts for the WNBA. They were so wrong. They ought to be, I ain't going to say they need to be ashamed of themselves, but they were so wrong it wasn't even funny. And that's why I'm not even doing the mock drafts on the NFL, because don't nobody know. I'm with Willie Gibson. I wouldn't be surprised if Urban Meyer took Justin Fields with the number 1 pick out of Ohio State, Justin Fields to Jacksonville, and let somebody else figure out what to do with Trevor Lawrence. I wouldn't be surprised. Nobody knows. Everybody keeps talking about this kid from BYU going to the Jets at number 2. That would be so right for the Jets. That's just some stuff the Jets would do. And then God only knows who's going to number 3 to San Francisco. Keep hearing the Lance kid out of North Dakota State. I'm hearing Mac Jones out of Alabama. All I'll say is this. no matter where he goes, Mac Jones, that is that suspect one. That one's got Mitchell Trubisky written all over it. The Mac Jones one. I'm just saying, do what you want to do, but I'm not covering anybody's mock draft. They shouldn't be called mock drafts. They should be called make-believe, let's pretend drafts. Let's make believe and pretend we really know what we're talking about, and we really are in the minds of these general managers and owners and scouts. Let's make believe and pretend. So, I'll listen. You know when I'll tell you who's drafted where and when? On April the 29th through May the 1st, I will tell you who got drafted when and where. Jacksonville's got the number 1 pick. The Cowboys pick at number 10. New Orleans picks at number 28. And once again, the Texans, that great stellar organization led by Pope Jack Easterby, they pick in the 3rd round at number 67. So that's why you keep hearing about all of these living legends and former this and used to be great at that picks, because they don't even get a pick in the draft. They don't even get to play in the draft until the 3rd round. What day is that? Is that day number 2? Round 3 is on day number 2, I think. Again, they did this last year. They did this a year before that. It's just anyway, let me take a break. Got to get an update from Sybil Wilkes. Sybil Wilkes about to give us our what you need to know today. And then we'll come back and we'll put this first hour on the books, and we'll get the second hour underway here on the legendary KYOK. If you want to get in, 281-453-1000. That's 281-453-1000. Hey, Mama Phyllis Marriott. Listen, her and her family are some of the greatest people I know. And big love to you, Mama Phyllis. I'm sorry, Mama Phyllis. Can't wait to see you all again real soon. All right, I'm taking a break. Be right back after this.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know today. Today marks the beginning of the end of the landmark Derek Chauvin murder trial as the numbers of police murders against Black and brown people increase every day. Protesters continue demonstrations against police shootings around the country, including the Chicago police fatal shooting of 13-year-old Adam Toledo and last weekend's police killing of Dante Wright just a few miles from the scene of the George Floyd murder. The world hit another sad milestone in the pandemic with 3 million deaths. Brazil, France, and India have become global hotspots. Deaths in the U.S., which reached a high of about 3,400 per day on average, are now down to about 700 per day as vaccination efforts continue. When the global death toll hit 2 million in January, many countries were just beginning to roll out their vaccination efforts. As of today, people aged 16 and older are eligible to receive the COVID-19 vaccine in all U.S. states. I'm Sybil Wilkes. Be informed, be empowered.
The lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
All right, y'all. Appreciate Sybil Wilkes giving us her COVID update, what you need to know today. Keith Hennick, I believe that Trevor Lawrence is going to be a 49er. Kyle Shanahan would love that. Kyle Shanahan would absolutely love that. Believe me, I'm telling you, Kyle Shanahan would, to not have to pick Justin Fields and to get Trevor Lawrence, he will feel like they've died and gone to heaven. So we'll see how all that plays out. Again, on April the 29th through May the 1st, the NFL draft live from Cleveland. I think Willie Gibson is going to be there. Some of our other colleagues are going to be there. So hopefully we'll be able to get some updates from them. All right, let me get ready to put this first hour on the books, get the second hour underway right here on the legendary KYOK, AM 1140, 92.3 FM, and streaming live on KYOKradio.org.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! Let's go to the house! Let's go to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready? Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this hollering, we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from that. He's a man. They can be hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's who I did. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready? Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
All right, y'all. It is game time. First hour on the books, second hour underway right here on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Media Monday. We're streaming live on KYOKradio.org. Still a lot going on. I want to again shout out happy birthday to I Am Valencia King, celebrating her birthday today. I should call her on the air, shouldn't I? Don't you think? We should call Valencia King on the air, sing happy birthday to her. Boy, that's risky. Let me see. See if I can get Valencia on the air. This is gonna be funny. All right, let's see. Hold on, let me see if I can do it. All right, let's go. Hold on. We'll see if this works. It's her birthday. Did it work? It's ringing. All right, let's see who we got.
Oh, hello.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I didn't expect to get you. You're live on the lunch break.
Yes, I saw this is the call-in line calling me.
You know what? That doggone caller ID ain't good for nothing. I'm trying to surprise you, and you know who it is because we're calling.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm doing great. Question is, how are you on your special day?
Yes, I am doing amazing. Thank you so much for asking.
Well, you know what? We got to celebrate with I Am Valencia King. I mean, come on now. Who wouldn't want to celebrate with I Am Valencia King on I Am Valencia King's birthday? What's up with that?
I don't know who wouldn't want to celebrate because they obviously didn't tell me. So, we don't need them.
Well, listen, we are so glad to get you. And I can't let this special day go without celebrating you. Check this out real quick.
Oh, go shawty, it's your birthday. Ooh, it's your birthday. Go shawty, it's your birthday. Today's your day. Happy birthday to you.
You know I had to get some Usher on for you. You know I had to get some Usher on for you.
Listen, you may not know, Usher was my first husband. He was the first CD I bought with my own money. I mean, everything.
Oh my gosh. I can't even stop laughing. That's hilarious. Well, I'm glad that it worked out like that because I wouldn't want to have anybody else than your first husband. Oh my goodness. Valencia King, I love you so much. We thank God for you. You are so amazing. And thank you for loving on your uncle over here. Unc!
Yes, indeed. I wouldn't have it any other way. I appreciate the call. I'm in the comment section now just saying thank you to everyone. And I'm just excited to have you as my family.
Well, I already know Mom and Dad are going to turn up for you later on. So y'all enjoy yourself. And just do it right because, you know, you deserve to be celebrated.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I really include them in this because I keep reminding them, I'm like, come on, this is when you guys became parents. Whoa. Hello, the amazingness.
Valencia, like, yo, I did y'all a favor. I changed y'all's lives.
Exactly. I really feel like I'm the glue that keeps us together, you know?
Oh, my God. You know what I'm saying? You know the vibes.
Exactly.
Well, you just keep doing what you're doing. Stay awesome. Stay amazing. Stay original. You just stay I am Valencia King. Okay?
I will do.
All right, dear. Love you. Talk to you soon.
All right. Love you too. Bye.
All right. Y'all, let me tell you something. I love her for free. I love her like breathing. Just amazing. And it is her birthday. And I'm glad we were able to get her on and surprise her like that. So if y'all get a chance, stop by her page and wish I am Valencia King a happy and blessed birthday. All right. All right. So, man, she's just hilarious. She is hilarious. And don't forget to check out her shows now. The Dialogue on Instagram. I think she does that on Tuesdays. And then Real Talk Sports. She covers the Mavericks and does a phenomenal job. In fact, I literally follow her coverage of the Mavericks to kind of keep up with what they're doing because, you know, she's in the locker room. She's talking to the coaches. You know, she's on the live videos and all that. So, again, Valencia King is legit. I'm looking forward to her being one of the 30 under 30 for Forbes for their list one day soon. And listen, if they don't recognize her, somebody else will. So, again, y'all keep up with Valencia King. She does an amazing job. All right, so we're in the second hour of the show, and there was something that popped up that I wanted to get to. Everything's mock draft this, mock draft that. Y'all just stop. Okay, let's see. Wow, Alex Smith had a whole bunch of opportunities. Not only were the Texans interested in bringing him in, but the Jacksonville Jaguars were most recently visited by Smith, and they were hopeful of signing him as well. So we'll see. Broncos are trying to trade up. They called the Falcons about moving up. Let's see. Just looking to see. Okay, Aldon Smith, who was not re-signed by the Cowboys after having a productive season, his first one back in several years, just recently got picked up by Seattle, and now we got a published report that he's wanted for alleged second-degree battery in New Orleans. Now, I'm not saying he's guilty because, you know, we just had the whole incident with Aaron Donald, where the guy said, oh, he punched me for unprovoked, no reason. And then come to find out, we see the video, and Aaron Donald never even hit the guy. He was trying to keep people from beating up on the guy, and the guy ended up, you know, changing his statement. I'll take a break. When we come back, I'll tell you what's going on with Aldon Smith right after this on the lunch break, the legendary KYOK.
Hello, this is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of Communication Workers of America District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour.
Hello, this is Trey Daniels from the Daniels Group. Yes, Claude, the show will be hard-hitting and informative, talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. You know, Claude, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people.
That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 AM, 92.3, or streaming on KYOKradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m.
Give the people what they want.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
You're listening to Shiloh Radio, the legendary KYOK 1140 AM and the all-new 92.3 FM, where you will be encouraged, inspired, and ignited to reach your maximum potential in life. Jesus Christ with Shy.
Come on, everybody, clap like this. Clap like this.
Hey guys, this is your girl Brandy Nelson, and you are listening to The Lunch Break on KYOK.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Media Monday. I was trying to see if there was any updates on, on the Derek Chauvin trial. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on there. I'm going to keep my eyes open on it because, man, I'm telling you now, when it goes down, I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not telling you what you should do or what anybody else is going to do. I'm telling you what I'm going to do. I'm going to be off them streets. I'm going to be out of it. I'm going to let y'all have it for a little while because, I'm just that's the way I do it. So, as soon as I know what it is and what it's finna be, I'm out. I'll let y'all figure out what y'all gonna do, how y'all gonna do it, and then I'll see y'all on the next day or the day after that, because I'm just saying. All right, so let me get back to this Aldon Smith thing. Aldon Smith. All right. It says Aldon Smith will likely hear from the NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell soon regarding his future in the league. The 31-year-old is wanted by the sheriff and district attorney of St. Bernard Parish. Problem. Yeah, I know that parish very well. Located just outside of New Orleans on allegations of second-degree battery. It's alleged that the battery occurred on Saturday, April the 17th, at the French Quarter Press Coffee House in Chalmette. I just recently joked about Chalmette. Again, I know these areas very well. Smith was conditionally reinstated to the league in 2020 after having been sidelined by an indefinite suspension since 2015. He joined the Dallas Cowboys on a one-year deal, and the Cowboys have since parted ways, and the former All-Pro went on to sign a one-year deal with Seattle last week, but his latest contract might now be in jeopardy. Details of the encounter in question have not been revealed, but Smith will have to appear and answer to the charges filed. And given his history with the league, it seems a foregone conclusion Goodell will be interested in reviewing the facts of the case to determine if there was any violation that would lead Smith, again, to being suspended. Don't know if he did anything. Not saying he did. We just have a very recent case of mistaken something. We don't even call it mistaken identity. Just somebody got the facts wrong with Aaron Donald. We'll find out. I will step out on a limb and say I hope Aldon Smith didn't get in trouble again. Things were looking up for him. But if he did, we are people of second, well, some of us are people of second chances. Some of us are, not everybody. And not everybody who says that they are really people of second chances. So I hope for his sake that he's a victim of mistaken identity or false information or something. But if not, again, he's gotten multiple chances. So whatever happens, unfortunately, that's where he is. Man, guys, I sure hate to see this for some of these guys, man, because you just never know. Just never know. Tom Brady is a player. Tom Aloysius Brady is a player. I like this Tom Brady more than I liked the early Tom Brady in New England for sure, more than I liked the middle Tom Brady in New England pretty much. I really kind of like the end Tom Brady, the Tom Brady right before he left New England. But this Tom Brady is a player. What are you talking about, AJ? It's Media Monday, so let me read this article by John Breach. Former NFL running back Marshawn Lynch made some headlines last December when he casually mentioned during an interview with, of all people, Conan O'Brien, that he had been talking to an NFL team about potentially joining them for a possible postseason run. At the time, Lynch didn't name the team he had been talking with, but he finally decided to reveal that information. And apparently, Tom Aloysius Brady, I'm a player, was trying to woo Beast Mode to Tampa so the two could make a run at the Super Bowl together. He said, and I quote, "I was specifically speaking to Tom Brady and the Bucs. That's who I was talking to." Man, let me tell you something. I love Patrick Mahomes. I love Eric Bieniemy. I love Andy Reid. I love several of the players for Kansas City. But if they had brought Beast Mode into Tampa, I'm telling you now, it would have been hard for me not to be rooting for them every day. Every day. I wouldn't have given up my Saint fandom. I wouldn't have given up my Bengals fandom, and it's been hard to hold on to that. Trust me, it's been hard. I swear it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to hold on to my Bengals fandom. It's been a long time, Miss Seeley. It's been a long time. I was trying hard, Miss Seeley. I tried, Miss Seeley. But all my life, I had to fight, and them Bengals wouldn't win nothing for me. But, baby, I would have probably, I don't know for sure, but I believe down in my soul, I might have picked up a Buccaneers fandom almost to the nature that I had when Tony Dungy was their head coach, when Sean King, out of the undefeated Tulane University Green Wave, was their quarterback. I'm talking about with Ward and Alstott. I'm talking about with them fellas. I might have picked up a Tampa Bay fandom. I'm tempted to go out and get me a little shirt or a T-shirt now just because they was talking to Beast Mode. Tom Brady is a player. Tom Brady's like, yo, give me Gronk. Give me Antonio Brown. Hold on. Hello, Beast Mode, is that you? Tom Brady, what it do, baby? You got your mentals right? You taking care of your chicken? Funny you should ask. I'm trying to look out for my chicken. Why don't you come play for us? Woo! Man, that would have been good. That would have been good. That would have been good. Man, how come they didn't make that happen? I bet not hear that them Glazers messed that up, didn't want to pay that man some money to come play. Because I'm glad that they had Leonard Fournette. I love that dude. I'm glad he's on top. When your boy tried to kill his career. But if they had added beast mode to that backfield, oh, bruh. As we say in Louisiana, no, bruh. Say, bruh. Yeah, that would have been a wrap. All right, Wody, I'll talk to y'all in a little bit. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK, 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
In need of tires? Check out OMG Tire Services and more. New and used tires, all the name brands you desire. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Give them a call at 832-767-3211. Top-notch service from beginning to end. When you're done, get your car hand-washed inside and out at OMG Tire Services and more. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Call 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located on the north side.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Radio stations in one.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. That's 800-633-1378.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
The Lunch Break on the legendary KYOK.
All right. Back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM, Media Monday. AJ Jones sitting in. Got Garrick Jones going to join us tomorrow on the show. Looking forward to having him back. Got a lot he's got coming up. Also working on getting G Solo back on. Y'all remember her. She's got some stuff she's working on. Got to tell you about that. And, of course, it's just going to be one of those busy weeks. Got some stuff we'll be doing at the end of the week. I'll tell you about that when the time comes. But, anyway, pretty power-packed week. NBA had some interesting games this weekend. NBA had some very interesting games this weekend. In fact, we go back to the scores for the NBA this weekend. Saturday, Lakers beat the Utah Jazz 127-115. I know it was one game. Got to win 4 out of 7 when you're in the playoffs. And that's my only concern with the Jazz. Although I'm a Jazz fan now that Dwayne Wade has bought into the Utah Jazz. Oh, yeah, Dwayne Wade's going to be hosting a television game show called The Cube. If you haven't seen the previews for that, that's going to be coming up. I think it's going to be on TBS. Glad to see Dwayne Wade, stepping into ownership, and then in front of the camera. So I think he's going to be great at whatever he puts his mind to. But anyway, the Lakers beat the Jazz. Boston has gotten hot all of a sudden. And if you think I'm about to, have some kind of epiphany about Brad Stevens, head coach of the Celtics, I'm not. In fact, he just proved my point all along that they could have been doing this all along. And the rumors that he turned down $70 million to be the head coach at Indiana. Yeah, right. Okay. All right. Whatever. If he did that, he's exactly who I thought he was. If Brad Stevens turned down $70 million to coach the Indiana Hoosiers, he's exactly who I thought he was. He's exactly who I thought he was. I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I believe it. I believe he might have gotten offered the job. I believe that they might have thrown out some numbers just to get him, to say, hey, how about if we give you 70 to come and coach us? It doesn't mean that that's where it was going to end up negotiation-wise. I don't know how deep that they got into the negotiations, but I just don't believe it. It's just me. It's just me. Valencia King. LOL, I forgot about your Brad Stevens viewpoints. Yeah, man. Probably a great guy. Probably the guy you want to sit next to at church. Definitely the guy you want to walk around with after church. Probably knows everybody. Everybody likes him. All that. Knows where the good coffee and good donuts are. But I don't know. Nah. I'll take a Dallas Mavs head coach. I'll even take Steven Silas over Brad Stevens right now. I would. Just because more upside on Steven Silas. Mavericks head coach got a chip, He's proven it. Brad Stevens, and he ain't on that list, Valencia. If we were throwing a birthday bash for you at my spot and somebody knocked on the door, who is it? Brad. Brad who? Brad from Ghetto Boys, Scarface? Nah, Brad Stevens. Who? Brad Stevens with Boston. Bruh, get off my yard. Like right now. Like for real, bro. I'm not even calling the law. I'm letting my dog out. Like, get off my yard. For real, man. Like, better. In fact, get out the neighborhood. I ain't gonna do him like that military drill sergeant did the young brother in where was that? South Carolina, North Carolina. I ain't gonna do him like that, but I'm telling you, bro, you got to get out off my yard, get out of the neighborhood. For real. Hurry up. I'm just not a fan. They hot all of a sudden. They beat Golden State 119 to 114. And oh yeah, by the way, Steph Curry, pretty good. The Steph Curry guy was 11 for 19 from 3, had 47 points. Steph Curry, some kind of way, has overtaken the league MVP discussion. I'm not saying he's going to win the award, but he has definitely grabbed the discussion and has it surrounding him. To me, LeBron James is the league MVP, but LeBron has been out. Steph is playing. Kevin Durant, out. James Harden, out. I guess you can talk about Jason Tatum, but Jason Tatum might not be playing like the best player on his team. Jaylen Brown is, and I said it when before Jason and Jaylen starting, when they were just kind of very, very good reserves. I said, watch that. The guy with the beard, watch him. And that dude is quietly great. So, I don't know. Give me somebody playing right now that is a better MVP candidate than, I said, playing. Not, LeBron, not KD, not Harden, not Giannis. Somebody playing right now that's a better MVP candidate than Steph Curry. I'll wait. Memphis beat the Bucks. Again, Giannis did his thing, 28, 11, and 8. I just don't think Milwaukee is built for deep runs in the playoffs. Best of 7. When I say deep now, I'm not talking about, I guess I'm contradicting myself because they'll get to the Eastern Conference Finals. They'll definitely get past the first round. They ain't one of those teams that, you're going to repeatedly put them out in the first round. I'm talking about getting to the NBA Finals because they just don't have, in my opinion, enough diversity in their offense. They're only going to let Giannis drive and do what he does so much. Giannis out of those 28 points that came in the loss, by the way, only took three three-pointers, didn't make one of them. So that tells you he got his 28 differently. They ain't going to let that happen 4 times out of 7 games. Like, they'll literally say, all right, keep Giannis all out of the paint, put him on the line, and make somebody else beat you. And I just don't see anybody else doing that. Chris Middleton, 3 for 6 from 3, but I love you, Chris, but, man, we can't count on you come playoff time. Brooks Lopez, same thing. Forbes, same thing. Holiday, off the bench, they ain't getting a whole lot of. Connaughton was 1 for 7 from 3. He taking them, he ain't making them. Milwaukee they're not built for it. And why management can't see that, I don't know. But, hey, that's their problem. Spurs beat up on Phoenix 111-85. Bulls beat the Cavaliers 106-96, so who cares? And Washington beat the Pistons 121-100. Again, unless you're from those areas. Then on Sunday, you had the Knicks beating the Pelicans again. Rockets beat the Magic 114-110. Got to give some love to the Rockets. Had 3 players over 20 points in that win. Kevin Porter Jr., 22-7. Christian Wood, 25-10. Kelly Olynyk, 24-7. The Rockets, they got pieces. And yeah, you can beat Orlando. You need to be beating Phoenix, Denver, both LAs. You need to be beating Utah, Dallas, San Antonio. You need to be beating those teams. Beating Orlando and who else is way down there? Minnesota. That ain't going to get you anywhere. Just saying. Atlanta holding on to their playoff positioning. They beat up on Indiana 129-117. The Kings beat the Mavericks. Valencia, what happened there? What are the Kings doing beating the Mavericks like that? 121-107. Look at this box score. Finney Smith, 22. Luka, 37, 8, and 4. Porzingis had a tough night, 9, 11, and 3. And then they got 20 off the bench from Brunson. We'll just call that one of those nights. What'd Monica say? It's just one of them days. So that was your NBA run. The Heat beat the Nets 109-107. I keep telling y'all want to listen to me. Miami is starting to be one of those playoff teams. Regular season, playoffs, let's get it. When Jimmy Butler starts packing a suitcase and say, I'm on my way to a business trip, you're in trouble. Hey, Leah Brown, what's going on? Carolyn Richards, hey, sis. And Kimberly Negrette, what's going on? I'm just telling you, Miami, they're on that run. Toronto beating the Thunder. Charlotte, they trying to hold on to their playoff lives. And the Clippers, you know what? Same thing with the Clippers. I'm not believing in them until they get to an NBA Finals. I'm not. I'm sorry. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who this?
What's going on, bro? It's Longhorn Keith, man. How are you?
Coffee with Keith. What it do, baby? How was it, Keith? How was your first radio experience on your own show Saturday?
Man, it was absolutely phenomenal, man. Let me just tell you this, though. Lady J really blessed me, bro, because I walked in, I was a nervous wreck. I didn't know how to handle nothing. I'm dropping my coffee cup. I dropped my phone. And she just told me, she said, just relax, you just be yourself. And, man, we had such a great time, and I thank God for her and just for her professionalism. She was fantastic, man. And then, of course, my guest was awesome. And we had a good time, man. Really good time. So I was really, really thankful for it, man.
Yeah, you know, I got the post game notes and play by play, and a radio person, I won't say their name, a radio person tuned in for me, and they said, dude's got a great concept. Dude's got a great concept, and talked about your guests and how great they were. And man, I'm trying to tell you, this person literally said they're going to tune in on their own this coming Saturday.
Oh, wow. Praise God for that, man. Thank you so much for that, man. I appreciate the love and the support. Hey, man, I was calling you to talk about, you and the greatest were talking earlier about something that I've been talking about for a while in regards to today's generation of players versus players in the age in which we grew up and probably before us, right?
Yep.
You guys were mentioning something about why pitchers don't pitch as long and why, basketball players take time off. And one of the things that I was sharing with a good friend of mine, we were talking about this, is while I am in the same mindset as you guys in terms of it's absolutely ridiculous that players don't give more, but also I kind of understand their viewpoint, and hear me out on this. I think when you look at the overall, you look at those players, and I think it was greatest, or you even said this, players who played themselves to the detriment of their health were never compensated or rewarded for their commitment to an organization. Therefore, players now have seen the history of the league and or of that sport and realize, why would I, and especially now with the amount of money that is on the table that can be made long term, why would I risk my longevity and, more importantly, my ability to earn maximum for an extended period of time than to just continue to go out there for an organization who really doesn't care about my commitment to them, because it's a business. We all know that, and I think a lot of these players are saying, you know what, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going to look out for myself. And, a lot of us as fans, if we would take a perspective of, and I'm not saying that you are, I'm just saying, like, for me, it took me a while to see this. But I had to take my eyes off of my fandom and realize these guys are regular human beings at the end of the day who have supernatural talents to do whatever they do. But if I was in their shoes, just like I'm in my job, I want to make sure I get the maximum potential or the maximum earnings for the work that I produce.
Right.
And so I totally see kind of how, and the last thing I'll say about that is, and I think also nowadays kids are starting to become specialized in a lot of the sports that they play, and I don't think that's a good idea. I just think a lot of people are doing it, and as a result, you start seeing, for example, sports science has shown that players are gotten a lot faster, a lot bigger, a lot stronger, and because of all the information out there, it's smarter to dial yourself back, to preserve yourself longer so that you can have a longer career. Because there's guys out there now that are doing things in 9th and 10th grade that, most college players are doing. You know what I mean?
Yep. No, there's a lot of truth to that. So I went to high school 1 year in New Orleans. I literally got in town on a Wednesday and I started for a high school on that Friday. Keith, I ain't know no plays. I barely knew people's names. I remember the coach's name because his name was Latooth and he had a tooth missing. And I'm like, wait, like, was that on purpose? Like, is that his thing or what? Long story short, all year long, they just moved me to the position they wanted me to play in. If the other team had a really fast wide receiver, I played defensive back. If the other team had a good running game, I played safety. If the other team had a slow secondary, I played wide receiver. If they had bad defensive ends, I played running back. So it was just like, let's move this guy where we think he's best. It wasn't until after the season that one of my uncles said, man, I wish I had stepped in and told them to put you in one spot and let you just kind of focus on that so that you could be good at it. And that would have taken care of you on the next level. And, it's just different people have a different rule of thumb on how to prepare their young people. And for me, I would rather it come from a loving family member than a coach that's just trying to get wins and losses.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, man. Because at the end of the day,
well, go ahead.
At the end of the day, I think it's important that you introduce your kids to every sport within sports, especially at a young age, and allow them to grow into something that they feel naturally talented at.
Right. That's where I was going to go with it. Right there. Because like it was telling Greatest, there are pitchers that want to pitch until they can't pitch no more. There are basketball players that don't want to come off the court. They want to play 2 or 3 of them in one day. But you got coaches that have turned this into a specialty, a specialized, give us 5 innings and we'll take it from there. Or, give us 2.5, 3/4, basically 33 minutes, and we'll take it from there. And it has changed the complexion or the nature of the game.
You know what's even crazier, man, that you said that, and I'm glad you reminded me you guys talked about that, because you're right. There are coaches in baseball, the managers and the organization, I would say. If you notice in baseball, the contracts that are structured different. So if a kid is in AAA and they bring him up to big league ball, he can be under his original signing contract, but playing at an all-star level, and they don't have to renegotiate it. If they do, it's only bumped up by a certain percentage because MLB and the Players Association have agreed upon this. So the millions of dollars that they make off of that individual, it's similar to the kid George Springer who just left. Right, he played under a minimum contract, and Jose Altuve the same way for many years with the Astros, and they outperformed their contract.
Right.
And of course, they got arbitration, but at the end of the day, it was nothing compared to the work that they were performing. And so I just think like a lot of organizations look at it and they go, okay, well, we're going to get the maximum out of this pitcher, so we're going to continue to try to maximize his potential, but also reserving him.
Yeah.
And like you said, I think a lot of these pitchers are like, no, man, just let me go.
Yeah. Garrett Cole was not happy that the Astros didn't use him in that playoff series, that World Series game where he felt like he was ready to go. And he did not let that go. And literally before he walked off the field, he thanked the Astros for their time. When he got introduced with the Yankees, he brought that thing up again. There are players that don't take that stuff lightly when you don't, quote unquote, believe in them and let them stay in the game.
Absolutely. And as well they should, man. When you believe in your ability to perform and you believe that what you bring to the table is just as vital and to helping to contribute to success of the organization, you should be passionate and be adamant about that.
Yeah.
And that's the way I see it, man.
Yep.
Well, listen, brother, thank you again, man, and we'll talk later this week.
All right, man. Hey, give me credit. I ain't said nothing bad about the Longhorns today, so thank me.
Well, listen. I was wondering how that conversation was going to go about Kevin Durant when he was a Longhorn, and you're 100% right. I got to give you credit. Y'all
Thank you, man.
Well on that, man. All right, brother.
All right, brother. Love you. Longhorn Keith. Y'all be sure and check him out on his show, Coffee with Keith, every Saturday from 12 to 1. Great, great show. It's brand new. Week 1 was just this past Saturday. You can definitely check out week number 2 this coming Saturday. It's Longhorn Keith, Coffee with Keith, right here on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. All right, we'll take a final break. We'll be right back right after this on the lunch break.
No, the battle is not over on our right to vote. The governor and lieutenant governor of Texas are leading the charge to suppress the right to vote of African Americans and other populations in Texas. The pending legislation is nothing short of updated Jim Crow voter suppression laws. These laws will make voting in Texas harder, not safer, and are clearly intended to suppress minority voter turnout and undermine the ability of local election officials to encourage voter participation. Let's mobilize and start a movement against this racist legislation. Let's call 512-463-0733 and tell them, don't suppress my vote. Vote against House Bill 6 and Senate Bill 7.
Legislative advertising paid for by the Communications Workers of America Working Forces, Claude Cummings Jr., agent.
Do you watch television? Of course you do. Then have you tried Dish TV from All American Dish yet? No? Well, now is a great time because we are giving everyone that calls today a 2-year locked-in price. Your rate will not change for 2 years. The clock is ticking. Call now, get Dish, and get your price locked in for 2 years and save yourself some money. Dish has your favorite TV programs, even Netflix and Amazon Prime built into the DVR. You can even watch Dish anywhere you have an internet connection. Plus, we've even got awesome discounts for the military and seniors. Oh, and one more thing. Call All American Dish now and we'll even give you a free Google TV voice remote, free installation, and free equipment. Don't wait. Call All American Dish now.
800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. That's 800-296-1302.
This is Jasmine Highsmith, and you're having a side of sports with your lunch here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
All right, y'all bear with me. I got to send a tweet out real quick. Keisha Kelly, Black College Experience, talking about somebody responded and a new friendship has been established. I'm trying to find out who this is. Yeah, hold on. I got to take care of Big Brother business. Yeah. Hold on. Y'all hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on. Let me I got to find the right facial emoji where I'm looking like I need to know something. What that little question mark do? The dude with his hand on his chin. There it is. I'll put a smile on there. I ain't gonna put no laugh. Put a smile on there. Yeah. I don't want her to think I don't really want to know, but I want to know. I'll be looking out for folk like they really got an answer to me. You know what I'm saying? I look out for, especially little sisters, like they really got an answer to me. Like, don't. All right, I'm just telling you. Be careful calling me your big brother, because I take that role real serious. And I'll tell you, man, y'all take care of your kids and your family and everything. Put a little money on my books and make sure I'm all right. And I'll take this one for the team. But yeah, Keith Hennick, you are hilarious. Keith, be sure and tune into that man's show. It's called Coffee with Keith, not what you wrote. Not what you wrote. Keith Hennick is hilarious. Hey, Desiree Battles. Hey, Keith Hennick said, I played multiple positions as well, most of them on the bench. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. All right. CJ is funny. See, CJ, I ain't playing. Once I say I'm your big brother, be careful. Don't be running up talking about, oh, yeah, I met this new dude and he blah, 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 blah. I need details. I need his name, a social, a birthday. That's what I need. That's all the information I need for starters. Y'all don't know about me. Y'all don't know about me. Y'all don't know about me. I got friends that work in different places that it's like, yo, run this. Get back to me. End of the day, I'll have a whole dossier. I have a whole dossier. Like, oh, okay. Look, and I'm asking them questions now. Did he tell you about this? Did he tell you about that? And it's a little deeper than a background check. You know, I know some of y'all ladies kind of slick with it. Y'all real slick with it. Y'all come up with, oh, what happened with your third marriage? I see you were married 3 times. Nah, but I've been married 59 times, and wife number 57 is trying to get an increase on her support. So, hi. But no, this deeper than that. I will find out stuff you don't want found out. So if I call you big brother, I mean, if you call me big brother, you signing up for all that. It's like a disclaimer. If you click on this button, you're saying you agree to, and it's about 28 pages of conditions. So Kimberly Negrete, stop it. I'm serious. Oh, you talking about the marriages. Listen, I keep people out my way with that right there. It's like, you know, folks be like, oh, hey, you're so nice and so cute, child. I'm on marriage number 59. It ain't working out. I'm on my way back to the divorce court. They know me by name at the divorce court. They're like, Jones, that's you? Yes, sir. Come on in. What happened this time? I know. I got friends that hate when I say that. They hate. Stop. I got a friend down in Winter Park, Florida, who just, that is not professional. Stop it. She literally had a team from the AAF interested in me coming in and being one of their voices of their team. She said, I cannot have them review your work, and you're talking about having been married 59 times. So Kimberly Negrete said, no, stop it, period. She's like, everything you saying, stop it. Y'all leave me alone. See, this is why I can't have church folk as followers on my radio station page. This ain't the holiness show. This ain't the revival with AJ. This is the lunch break. Yeah, we talk about we go there. We go all through it. I have to follow up with guests after my show who are on my show and apologize to them. Like, oh, baby, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you. We kind of raw over here. We're like a sushi restaurant over here. We got some raw dishes. So anyway, did Keisha respond? I'm looking for some answers. What'd she say? Oh, okay. All right. My bad. I owe her an apology. She says, oh, the marketing manager from the hotel. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll put my ski mask up then. Yeah, I had to check. Yeah. See, you know, and there we go. I just needed clarification. See, when you get clarification, then you don't have to, you know, wonder. That's all. I needed clarification. See how great things are, CJ. It's funny to me. CJ, call me your big brother. Please call me your big brother. Please call me your big brother. I would love to be your big brother. CJ. She said, now you can calm down. Yeah, I guess. I was hoping to have a little something to get into. I thought I was going to have to roll up in Georgia. All right, y'all. I got to get ready to go. Sybil Wilkes about to come in and do her thing. I told you tomorrow, Team Texas Tuesday, we're going to have Garrick Jones back on. He'll give you some amazing updates on stuff he's been working on. Got a big game coming up that he's a part of. And just a lot of great stuff he's doing. Glad to have him back on the show. Other guests scheduled for the rest of the week, so y'all tune into it on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. Let me give you some updates again. Rockets ended their 5-game losing streak with a 114-110 win over Orlando, thanks to 25-10 from Christian Wood. They also got 22 from Kevin Porter Jr., and they got 24 from Kelly Olynyk. So they're at Miami tonight at 7. I don't know if they're going to be able to go 2 in a row. Not against Miami. This Miami's time of the year. There's roughly 15, 16 games left. You're seeing some teams starting to get in playoff mode right now. Spurs blasted Phoenix 111-85 on Saturday behind 19 from Rudy Gay and 18 from rookie Devin Vassell, who hit 4 of 6 from 3. Great job, Devin. They're at Indiana tonight at 7. Sacramento beat the Mavericks 121-107 in spite of 37 from Luka. And the Knicks beat New Orleans 122-112 in spite of 39 from Zion Williamson. I think Luka and Zion are going to be the face of the NBA real soon, and I mean real soon. Astros lost 2 out of 3 to Seattle over the weekend, including a 7-2 loss yesterday. They're at Colorado tomorrow at 7:40. The Astros are suffering from bad starting pitching and not having a solid leadoff hitter like you know who, George Springer. I'm telling you, this is where they miss Springer. If you don't get guys on early, you're not going to score runs early. And if your pitching can't hold it together early, you're going to be in a hole early. And that's what the Astros are experiencing. They should have paid George Springer his money. That's all I'm going to say. Rangers avoided being swept by Baltimore with a 1-0 win in 10 innings. Who cares about the Rangers? NFL draft, April 29th through May 1st. Jacksonville, number 1 pick. Cowboys at number 10. New Orleans at number 28. And the Texans, 3rd round, number 67. So the latest information on Deshaun Watson, his lawyer, Rusty Hardin, has about 18 women that are speaking out on behalf of Deshaun Watson, saying he never tried anything with them. However, they are finding that several of these ladies were not licensed or registered as massage therapists in the state of Texas, which is against the law. But apparently, they believe so much in speaking up for Deshaun Watson, many of the ladies are not worried about the consequences of them not being licensed in the state of Texas. Some of them are licensed in other states, which I believe is going to suffice for them. But some of them are coming up to be not licensed in the state. So we'll see how any and all of that will play out as this story just continues to get stranger and stranger and what have you. So we'll see how all that plays out. Again, the Texans organization, long before any of this came to light, was a mess. So that being said, let me get ready to get out of the way. Donnie McClurkin up next with the Donnie McClurkin Show. He'll give you the best in gospel music, latest in the gospel music industry. Donnie does his thing every Monday through Friday from 2 to 3. In the morning, Sybil Wilkes, get up morning, 6 a.m. to 9. Then you got Dr. Sylvia Cole, Call to Inspire. And then your boy will be back with Team Texas Tuesday. As always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Sanitize everything around you. Be sensitive to everyone around you. And when you see that racism, kill it. Not the person, but the racism. All right? And stay safe out there, y'all. Seriously, stay safe. And y'all know who I'm talking to. All right, y'all take care. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know today. Today marks the beginning of the end of the landmark Derek Chauvin murder trial as the numbers of police murders against Black and brown people increase every day. Protesters continue demonstrations against police shootings around the country, including the Chicago police fatal shooting of 13-year-old Adam Toledo and last weekend's police killing of Dante Wright just a few miles from the scene of the George Floyd murder. The world hit another sad milestone in the pandemic with 3 million deaths. Brazil, France, and India have become global hotspots. Deaths in the U.S., which reached a high of about 3,400 per day on average, are now down to about 700 per day as vaccination efforts continue. When the global death toll hit 2 million in January, many countries were just beginning to roll out their vaccination efforts. As of today, people aged 16 and older are eligible to receive the COVID-19 vaccine in all U.S. states. I'm Sybil Wilkes. Be informed, be empowered.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
All right, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. Valencia King, happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. You know the vibes. You know the vibes. Love you, Valencia. Tell the family we said hello. Enjoy your special day, all right? All right, y'all. Y'all, not this, always this. I love y'all. Y'all take care. We'll talk to you soon.